This episode is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first, like to check the date of the big game first before you accidentally buy tickets on your 20th wedding anniversary and have to spend the next 20 years of your marriage making up for it. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
The holiday season officially starts when you get that first card in the mail. Shutterfly makes it easy to add more meaning to the everyday with hundreds of holiday card designs that can be personalized in seconds with your favorite photos from this year. Select your greeting, customize the color, and even add little extras like personalized foil to make a holiday card that really shines. Enjoy 40% off with code SMILE40 at Shutterfly.com and send something meaningful this year. See site for more details.
This is the sound of your ride home with Dad after he caught you vaping. Awkward, isn't it? Most vapes contain seriously addictive levels of nicotine and disappointment. Know the real cost of vapes. Brought to you by the FDA.
Hello, everyone. The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes on a recent horror release, and just like all of our other episodes, it might include major spoilers for said horror release, so don't listen to it if you haven't already seen it. You've officially been warned. And if you'd like to hear the full episode, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today. Without further ado, here is your exclusive Patreon clip. Well, so Joe, let's go back in time a little bit, because we do have an episode on the first Smile on the Patreon, but do you remember how you felt about that film?
To be honest, it's about the same way that I feel about this new one, which is that they are both very solid movies. I can see why some people get very excited for them. I think that they are incredibly well shot, like very effective in terms of the jump scares, what they're trying to accomplish. And I think they're both centered by rock solid lead actress performances. And apart from that, I'm like, yeah, solid.
Interesting. So I think I like this a little bit more than you.
Yes.
I'm waffling between a 3.5 and a 4 because I did really like this. I feel similarly to you about 1. I think 1 is fine. I don't think it's anything particularly like revolutionary, but I think it's a really well done movie from the first time feature director. I do think 2 is a better movie. I do think it's a more confident movie, and I do think it makes Smile 1 look like a dry run. So while I don't really go back and revisit Smile a lot, I could see myself revisiting Smile 2, especially because there's not really any connected narrative tissue except for the cold open.
Yes, that is true. Although I do think that the films play well as a, let's do a quick Smile marathon. Quick. These are both 2-hour movies, but yeah, I'm not gonna fight anybody about this. I initially walked out of the theater, and I'll admit I was a little bit disappointed. And it's mostly just because I did feel... So you use the words dry run to describe the first film, and when I got out of the second one, I said, it feels like a bit of a repeat. So I think we're actually coming at it the same way, but using different words, having different connotations. And I think for some people, the fact that this is doing sort of the same thing, albeit better, bigger budget, I think a little bit, like that is going to be the appeal. Like I saw a lot of reviews that said, we really amplified this. Like we turned everything up. It's got just that much more. And yeah, I agree with that. I think for me, I was just hoping we were going to take it in different directions. And in some ways, this feels like the same narrative with a slightly bigger personality at the center.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. And this was something I was thinking about as I was walking out of it, where I was like, I think I would like it more if the first one didn't exist, because this feels like, because this feels like, okay, he took like the first one and said, okay, let me polish it. Let me make it better. Let me take a slightly different premise. But yeah, I kept thinking, this is more of the same, but better throughout my entire viewing experience. And so I think I would find it more impressive and be willing to be more confident in a 4-star rating for this if this was the first one.
Yeah, you know what? I do agree with that. Part of this is that if we do ultimately get a Smile 3, I'm just going to be this much more trepidatious going into it, because my concern is, even though, spoiler alert, folks, the end of this movie fucking blows shit up to a very exciting degree that did make me immediately say, okay, I want to see what that looks like now. Mm-hmm. I also want to see what that looks like now because I don't want to see this again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see this premise done a third time if we get a third film.